Okay. Let's see if I can get this working. I basically just am going to hit record, and we're gonna play some Donkey Kong Bananza. Because I really like this game. I would love to just kind of give this a bit of a test run. I might not have the most thrilling commentary, but, I'm gonna do my best. And I am going to start a new game, and we're gonna go just from the beginning. I'm hoping for this to be pretty chill. I might turn the game down a little bit. And I'll just point out little things I find neat. This is not a blind playthrough. But, you know, maybe something to put on in the background or something. I am... I don't know, not gonna try and force this to be, like, cooler than it is. Far off the shores of DK Island. I always thought it was cute how they used the girders from the original arcade game. Like a visual thing here. Oh my god. If you remember the reveal trailer for this game, that shot was like insane. Seeing the new Donkey Kong design and everything. Just the game itself looks so good. I still think it looks really good. But it also hasn't been that long, so I guess it always does. Oh, air conditioner. There we go. Yeah, I guess it hasn't been that long since the game released, so it's hard to really consider the idea that someone thinks it looks particularly bad either. Whoa! DK? You look pleased as punch! You must have dug up one of those golden bananas. Folks are finding gem-like bananas all over this mine. It's a yellow letter day. I bet there are more buried up ahead. I find it very cute whenever you punch them. They do a little high five instead, because they don't want you hitting the NPCs. I think that's cute. You know, one question that I have that I don't particularly have much of a good answer to, even knowing how, even knowing stuff that happens later on, is what exactly the Banandium is. Because it's gold, right? Like, it's definitely meant to be like gold. But then there's the Banandium gems that DK gets. And he just eats those. So are they just bananas found underground, or are they... is it something else? Does DK just eat rocks? Like, I doubt it is, but and it also could easily just be the cartoon logic, like, yeah, it's a gemstone, but because it's a banana, Donkey Kong eats him. And he's fine, because they're not gonna, like, make him not be fine. Sorry, I'm playing this with, by hooking it up to a capture card and putting it through OBS, so I have, like, a little bit of an input delay, but it shouldn't be too bad for a game like this. I don't remember it being all that difficult. But yeah, this game is pretty fun. I found me a whopper. That's another thing. Sorry, this is gonna be a lot of me gushing about this game that I like. I think Nintendo's localization has also gotten a lot better since I remember. Nintendo games used to kind of have a sort of stilted quality to their dialogue, but I think they've gotten a lot better at making them sound more natural in English. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm remembering just the worst cases of, like, old Pokemon game dialogue or something. So in my personal view, I don't think that Pokemon dialogue is particularly advanced that much either. I think that those games can definitely leave something to be desired. But I don't really like dwelling on the things that I don't like about certain games. I think that it's a lot more fun to focus on the things that you do like and to still be allowed to dislike things, but, you know, it doesn't need to take up that much thought in your brain. It makes you sad. And with video games, that you don't really want to be dealing with that. There's a lot of things. Even with games, it's worthwhile to be able to critique things, obviously. But at least my mantra is to just be able to play the games I like and not play the games that I don't. I love Pokemon, though. I love the character design and the basic gameplay loop will always be fun. Because it's Pokemon. I mean, you have such a winning formula for a video game that gets people really into it. No matter how bad the game surrounding it is, it's still Pokemon. Like, you're still gonna be able to make a cool team in Legends ZA or whatever. These are another thing that I never particularly understood about this game. Like, I mean, I get that they're just like monsters or whatever, they're just like bad guys. But Donkey Kong already has so many enemies in it. It's interesting that they went for something existing. You know? Woo! Thanks for the save, DK. Those buggy monsters came out of nowhere. They were after my treasure. There's a big old pile of golden bananas just up yonder. Feast your eyes and feed your stomach. I remember whenever I first played this game, I stood here for like a good, like, I want to say like not too long, like maybe 10 minutes or so, just like trying to break everything here, trying to get every little bit of gold, because like the breaking in this game is so satisfying. Now I'm not going to be that thorough about it because I know that it doesn't actually give you that much gold. Would it be weird if I tried doing voices for the characters? It might be good, it might not be. The cutscenes are also so good. It's the animation and how expressive everything is. Mario Odyssey had that too. Or I just really loved how it did its cutscenes. It'll be fun. I'll do it versus. At least if they show up. They might not actually show up in the first cutscene. Guess they don't. DK, Donkey Kong. They took off his pants! What the hell, man? I thought he cut the pants. This is also just such an elegant camera system. Just having it kind of poke through and you're seeing it almost like an ant farm. That's clever to me. There he is. There she is. I don't know. I'm not going to be playing this assuming that people haven't played the game. It's been a bit. But we kind of know what the deal with that is. Wonder what fell. Huh? DK? You're okay. What a relief. Did you lose your britches when the mine collapsed? Looks like the entire Ingot Isle mine was pushed underground somehow. The others are already surveying the damage down there. Oh, and something else just fell down after us. Sure hope everyone's okay. There's a reason I'm not a voice actor. I've had some people in my life say that I could be. But it is moments like that where I give such a weird delivery to lines that I kind of realize that I'm not really cut out for that. It's fun though. A bit back I had helped out with, whenever he was still making my Singing Monsters stuff. It was Raw Zebra. He made this trailer for an island he was working on. And I was able to voice one of the Quibbleheads alongside my partner, Sarah. And that was fun. I think I was supposed to do like a bit more of like a Valley Girl voice, but I kind of lost it halfway through. But, I think Sarah and I did, like, rock, paper, scissors to determine who got what head. Because that's, like, a two-headed character. But it was a lot of fun. And I always, like, whenever I play games with friends and stuff in call, it'll always be fun to try and do the voices and stuff. My friend Nova, he had played Deltarune blind after chapters 3 and 4 released. Where am I? He was playing it blind, and so Sarah and we were in call with him, and we were doing voices for all the characters. I think my favorite to do was always Sans. Because I could always give him this kind of deep voice, and he was kind of has that New York type of accent to him. I don't know, it's a fun thing to do. But you know, like I said, that's hardly my thing. Right, I need this. I forgot about this whole mechanic. Where it's like there's some things that you can't break with your hands, so you have to use the terrain. I didn't even know you could do that. That you can like put things in. That's cool. I wonder why that wasn't used anywhere. Because that feels like a very clever little mechanic to try and make a puzzle out of or something. But I guess you can throw it just as far. Oh, DK, glad you survived. Sorry, I forgot I was reading these. Did you use the barrel cannon to get up here? Talk about useful, huh? Wish I could blast myself up to check on the folks in town, but this other barrel ain't working. Weird hard metal flowed out of that gizmo and sealed everything up tight. I have no idea what to do about it. I know what to do about it. Wonder what this thing is. That other thing that fell down after us. Oh! Hey, DK. You got here just at the right time. I've got a favor to ask. You saw something fall down here with us, right? I think it made a crater when it landed beyond that tunnel. Did you go check it out for us? Let's find out what happened in the crater. He's a big monkey. They do a really good job at, like, characterizing them, especially Donkey Kong, even though he doesn't really have any dialogue. He doesn't talk or anything. They do such a good job at making it clear what type of character he is, and I love that. Little thing dancing. I think it's cute. You know, now I wonder. Sorry, I'll let this play out. Yay! Can I use the power of Oddrock's voice? Okay. Okay, well, yeah, I will in a second. But, it makes me wonder, is that still, okay, I'm not even gonna worry about spoilers. This is Pauline. We know this. It's on the cover of the box, or whatever. So I wonder if that's still her voice actress, or if it's like a different person who voices Oddrock specifically. Because that doesn't sound like her, but I mean, that could easily just be like filtering it, pitching it down or something. There's just so many little things that you grow to appreciate. Stuff like, even the singing, whenever you're breaking it, he's like screaming. Instead of, whenever it's Pauline, she has like a nicer singing voice. I like that, I think that's cool. It's like, they could have easily just taken the same sort of lines and just filtered them to sound like Oddrock's voice, if that is what they did. I don't actually know. But the fact that they're different recordings to kind of show that she's not really herself right now, I think that's cool. I need to go around? Okay. That's kind of weird, whenever the camera freezes like that. This is a kind of cool mechanic that, like, I think in Mario Odyssey they have these little viewport things so that you can look at the level. But in this they have just these massive barrels. Well, I mean, all barrels are massive in this, but all barrels are massive in real life. Have you seen a real barrel? I can't remember the last time I've seen a barrel. This is such lame shit to fucking talk about. But like, no, am I wrong? When is the last time that you can remember actually seeing a barrel in person? Because I can't think of one, but I know that they're big. That's a whole fucking side tangent I went on. Which is all to say, They just use those barrels as like the for the viewports instead of having the little goggles or whatever. I actually think that was from 3D Land. And they just carried that over into Odyssey. Is that where I'm supposed to go? I think so. You know, I do kind of forget things. Just in general, I kind of forget things, but... I don't know, right now it feels like my sense of direction is kind of weird. I guess I just keep climbing up. Hey, I mean, I guess the nice thing about this not being blind, necessarily, is I get to... Oh. I'm glad I fell. Something up here. Oh yeah. Okay, I guess we actually go here. Which makes sense. And this kind of looks like the way to go. Yeah, I'm just thinking about the enemies again. Now they look so weird. And like so different from anything in like any Mario game or any Donkey Kong game or anything. But they have such a style that's characteristic of themselves that it makes me think that it's like whatever sort of group they're part of is something kind of important to this game. But then that's interesting, right? Because, I mean, there's the one that, I'll point out whenever I see it. But it's like a pretty common enemy in the game. They're these like sort of crocodile things with rocks outside of them, and you break through their outer shell. And I thought from the very beginning, man, those kind of look like Kremlings. But then it's like, what's the connection there? Why is it that those are like skeletons of Kremling? I don't know. Because it's like, it's definitely there. It's they make this connection. But you kind of don't get... It doesn't get explained, like, what happened. Like, if they all died or something. You know what I might do? As well. Something I never went through and read all of them for was, there's these little tomes that are of, it's like one of these guys trying to go to the center of the earth to figure out where they came from. And I only ever found a few of those. It might be fun to try and find the rest of those. Really is something that they do a good job at selling you on, the destructive terrain. It is very cool and very novel that the level itself looks so deliberately designed, and yet it's all the voxels and stuff, so you can break everything. I think it's cool just how well that works. Have you seen the summit? There's a weird stake with a mean-looking face stuck up there. That banana bandit. Flying dirt pile put it there. I saw it. If you're heading up there, be careful. Oops. 1 second. Alright. Sorry about that. That's kind of a bad cutscene for that to happen. But it was just my mom. She was just asking about something. But this is the enemy that I was talking about. They have like the crocodile skeleton underneath. And it's like that it definitely elicits Kremling. They're built the same way and everything. They're very top heavy. But then why? What's the reasoning there? And the answer is I don't particularly know. And maybe as we kind of replay it, we'll figure out something to do with it. Because that's kind of a whole reason I wanted to replay this. I released that theory video about like the Mario and Zelda universes being connected. And I use DK Bananza a lot, because that's the most recent sort of Mario series game. And I don't know, I thought it'd be fun to maybe replay some of these games and see if there's anything I missed on the first playthrough. Maybe I'll play Mario Odyssey again. God, I love Mario Odyssey too. That'll be another one where I'm just gushing about it. Sorry, my knuckles. I cracked my knuckles. There you go.
Okay, let's jump.
This is also kind of funny, right? This, like... cool title drop. Hi, Visca. Visca's playing Pokemon Legends Arceus. I like that game. That's one of the Pokemon games I actually like. Haven't heard much about ZA in terms of, like, if it's better or worse or whatever. Pokemon games, people are always going to be kind of wishy-washy about Pokemon games, but that one's pretty good. I forgot what I was talking about before this. Probably some really cool, interesting shit that you're just never going to know. Oh, right. It's kind of funny how, I mean, even if you're not under the same assumption that I am, that it's the same planet as the Zelda games, it's kind of interesting that this exists underneath the earth in Mario games. You know? Like, that this stuff is just... now, it's always been here. Because this is, like, before those games. It's kind of interesting. I wonder if it's the same way across the entire layer. Oh, I forgot how you even deal with these guys. There we go. Actually, I think you can just punch him, right? No. Guess I did try that. But, oh, is this the... oh. Oh! Text! I should read this. Outsiders aren't welcome here. These lagoons are just for us scrappy salvagers and no one else. If you're entering without permission, turn back. That's cool. And you can break those too. That's cool. I like these too. I like that they have these monkey statues that aren't quite like see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. I'm sure there's some that do that, but it kind of it gives you this sort of idea that they have their culture. They make little statues looking like themselves. Because it's like us, we do that a lot. I think some of the earliest pieces of art and stuff are stylized humans. You the one who hollered as he was falling down here just now? We don't take kindly to outsiders. Best get on out of here, you hear?
Animals live here? Underground? I understand that. But they aren't very friendly. There's someone over there. Maybe they're nice. Let's go see.
Oh, I forgot to mention this little lore thing I always found fun. Is that the text in this game. Like, obviously there's the gag of all the visible characters looking like bananas. I think that's really funny. But I wonder if that's just like a font that they have, if anyone's tried to like translate that. But in an in-universe sense, that's still cool that like, you know, they have their own little language and stuff, even though they have, I guess they speak English, or whatever language you're playing it in, because I assume that Pauline... You know what? I would assume that Pauline speaks English. She's in New Donk City, which is like New York. I'm sure that it means that she, as like an American analog, can understand what they're saying. But I guess the written language is very different. Keep it together, bud. Those intruders are scary, but we're scrappy salvagers. We can't just cast this problem aside. Those bouldery bozos are roughing up our precious reservoir. We've got to pool our resources and run them out of here. Time to unleash our secret weapon. Those creeps are sure to split once we throw a few boom bombs at them. They have bombs? Stay with me, bud. You see that glowing clay over there? The crackly stuff? Rip some out and you'll have your you'll have your hands on a boom bomb. That stuff can blast through anything, even solid concrete. Just aim and throw. They throw bombs. As we've discussed, throwing is easy. First, you grab yourself a boom bomb, then hold ZR to aim, and release ZR to chuck that chunk. Picking up what I'm throwing down? Yeah. I didn't realize that that would just be tutorial. But you know. And now's probably a good time to check. How long have I been recording? Oh man, I've been recording for like a little over a half hour. Crazy how fast time flies. You know, I think that that might mean it's a good idea for me to maybe cut it off like every layer or so. So we've started off on the Lagoon layer. So maybe next time I record something for this, I'll just keep going. And that means until then, probably a good time for me to hop off. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.